YouTube, what's going on today? It's Mike again, another video, another weekly. I'm trying to make them weekly. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. If you've been watching, you already know about that. But I'm trying to make it weekly because I've been busy. Usually when I'm not busy, I'll do multiple videos throughout the week. But yeah, so that's the trend. If you've been following, that's how I kind of do it. What I wanted to talk about today was something real quick, was this Appliance Blue Book. I have the hard copy, some people have the online one. That's just my personal preference. I like books, so I like to have them and read them from time to time. What I wanted to talk about today was the Blue Book, and because at first, before I actually read it, I just looked into it and didn't understand it, which is, I encourage everybody to read it first, and then you can get an idea of what everything means on there. But if you haven't read into it or don't even know about this, this pretty much gives you a basic flat rate pricing on certain jobs that you do. And do I use it all the time? No. Some of the times, well, I look at it all the time to give me an idea of what the job, the national pricing is for the job. But a lot of times I still don't go by how much they do it sometimes. It's just a little too expensive on some of the jobs. Some of the jobs are right on point. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna charge this much for this job. But sorry, I'm on the 95 and traffic a little bit. But yeah, so that's how I do it. But like I've said in prior videos, if you haven't watched, I learned pricing working through a company. So that's kind of still stuck in my head on how I do certain jobs. But this will have certain jobs and job codes in them to let you know what labor to charge for certain jobs. They have codes on the sides of those jobs to indicate certain parts that goes, for those jobs that's listed. I don't usually have time to go on there, check up the parts and see what, I already have a way of looking at parts and know what parts I'm gonna use for certain jobs. They do show you a system in here to mark parts up, or how to add additional parts, or if you for instance you're looking at multiple things in the house, it'll give you, it's gonna come on again, so sorry about the beeping, guys. That's just is what it is. It's a good thing for me to keep me aware when I'm driving. But anyway, I keep veering off, I'm sorry. So pretty much it gives me just an idea, and like I said, I look up my own parts, but for the labor, I kind of do stick with a lot of the labor. The service charges that they have in here, mines are different from those service charges. I kind of stick to my service charge. Most jobs, they tell you different service charges for those jobs, as far as when you're adding up the whole flat rate pricing. Not to say, okay, if you're coming there and your service charges, like mine is 85, and they don't end up fixing anything, that's what's going to be what they pay. Now you'll see certain jobs that have service charges over it. That doesn't necessarily, that's only when you're completing the job or adding parts. So I don't want to, if you do have the book and you're reading it, I don't want you to get confused on it. But like I said, if you've read the book, you're not confused. You know how it goes. But for those who don't, and they're starting their business, or they don't know, how the book goes, then, this kind of a idea for you. Now, certain people that are one-man operations, I know tend to not, just some guys I know that don't really use it because just certain, they feel like they're overcharging, or it depends on the area that you're in. I'm South Florida, Palm Beach County, so I get a lot of middle to upper class, people, so I can use the Blue Book prices on a lot of stuff. Like I said, a lot of times I don't though, because as long as I get 150 labor on most jobs, that's kind of how I work it out. I do a lot of warranty work, so since I do a lot of warranty work, I can, offer some of my COD customers a little bit of, I don't want to say discounts, but I'm not going to charge them as much as if I wasn't doing any warranty work, because now I'm basing all my calls on COD, so I would probably more stick to it than anything. So there's variables to it. It's not like I'm not against it or I am for it. It's just I had a different way of training, so I'm trying to incorporate the book into my training pretty much. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. There's I don't want to get like, because when I first was reading it and I didn't read through it, I just got it and I was working that day, so I was just reading through it. This is a long time ago, so it was in my first year of business pretty much. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, they charge this much for this job. And I was definitely undercharging for a lot of things, but not by much. I don't want to say by much. So, because like I said, I already had that mindset of getting 150 labor minimum for certain jobs. Other jobs, they might be more money, and I know that might be 200. You know, there's certain things you know what to look for. But yeah, that's just how it goes. The Blue Book is great to have because you get an idea of what other people are possibly charging. When it comes to, say, like property management companies, I don't use the Blue Book for that because you work out certain things with it, especially if it's multiple units on the property or if they have multiple properties. I work out something different. So, for instance, if they have a property and there's multiple things in there to work out, I don't necessarily go by the Blue Book as much, depending on I guess the property management company. Because some people are, there's property management guys that are single owner guys and they have like 5-6 properties. You know, I have a lot of people, a lot of little small guys like that, and I have like 2 major that have a lot of units. But the smaller guys, I look out for them a lot. They look out for me. They pay on time. So sometimes I might look at something extra and not even charge them. But if it needs a part, I'll charge them for the part and labor. You know, just stuff like that. I'm not I'm fairly fair. I guess that's the best way I want to put it. But I'm fair with customers, and I'm always looking for more business. And sometimes you don't want to go low. You know, you always want to have your quality, but because you do quality work, you don't want to just charge low because, you know, the guys that charge low usually don't do good quality work. They're just trying to get their work out there. That's the reason why I raised my service call from 65 to 85, because I know there's quality work that I do, and I haven't had people had problems with it, you know. So yeah, but definitely a good book to read. There's online versions of it. You can get the online version. Me personally, like I said, I have certain pages like that are tabbed off that I know I can quickly reference, like the job codes and stuff like that, where, you know, I'll remember, all right, this job, this is the labor for it, and stuff like that, you know. And a lot of times, like it says, it'll definitely show you the breakdown on parts and how they get the flat rate pricing in here. So definitely want to get this book and add it on there. So other than that, last video I said I was slowing down a little bit, and I have been slower this week than last week, but I'm still pretty consistent. So you know, 5-6 calls a day. That's pretty much how I've been doing it this week. It hasn't been like, I haven't had a day where I was doing like 7-8 calls at all this week. So you know, that's how it is sometimes. Expect to slow down, prepare for it. Same thing I always say. But it's probably, you know, gonna start picking. It doesn't usually last long, especially around these holiday season. I'm always gonna get picked back up and start getting more work. It does slow down sometimes toward like the end of the year to New Year's. And last year I was working on through that. This year I'm gonna take a vacation around that time. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. And that's the whole point of putting up money so you can do nice things. And I'm about to do what Mike Sneed does, and do every quarter do a celebration. But no, I want to thank for all the people that are subscribing and are liking videos and, you know, asking me questions, letting me know how they're doing in their endeavors in appliance repair. If they're either starting their own business, want to get into the trade, or you know, starting to work for somebody. Just shout out to y'all, all the people, all my guys that are posting videos to DC Appliance Repair, TMM, Appliance Bootcamp, TK Cousins. Make sure you guys watch everybody's videos, man. We got a lot to share. Everybody has different opinions, different aspects of appliance repair, but the one thing I will say that we all share is, You know, make sure you do good work out here. If you don't know the information, find it. I mean, it's all on the internet. There's, you know, stuff you can look up, clientology, you know, getting that book, Troubleshooting by Eric Kleiner. It's just a lot of stuff you can look up and get information. I mean, my channel is not a lot of technical stuff. Matter of fact, shout out to TC, Appliance Repair. If you know want to learn a lot of diagnosing using the meter, look at his channel. So it's a lot of channels you guys can look to get a little bit more skill up. You know me, I'm just providing a lot of the daily routines of what I'm doing, why and how it goes, and the ups and downs, and how I operate my business. So I am gonna do another video on just a couple parts, a couple tools that I missed in the specialty video that I think that I should have added on there. Like I said, I was working. I got off early that day and cleaning the vans, and I was just like, let me just try to see if I can, you know, do a video on specialty tools, because I haven't seen a lot of it today. And then on the Blue Book, I haven't seen a real guide on it on YouTube where you can actually use it. And really, I wanted to do it a little bit more in depth because, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory when you read it. So that's why I didn't want to go too, you know, for the people. I don't want to make people seem like they're dumb, but at the same time, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, it shows you why they have certain prices and why it's just, you know, you'll read it and you'll learn how to, because there's certain variables to everything. They don't, you know, have every job in here, you know, that, like for instance, if you guys follow my Instagram, the filter head assembly. Now they have miscellaneous jobs, and it kind of comes with experience. If you know you're working with certain, you know, dispensing issues or ice maker issues, you kind of want to gear towards those type of labor rates. But yeah, when I was doing that filter head assembly job was a COD, and I'm looking at the job code on the job, you know, it's it was charging way more than what I was charging them for it, or what I can assume the job what they wanted me to charge in here, because like I said, it doesn't just show a filter head assembly on a fridge replacement. So I kind of knew what I wanted to charge them for. You know, they got referrals, so I already gave them like a $10 discount on my service charge. And like I said, I ended up getting my $150 labor, but I got my parts markup and I added a coupling on there. So, you know, I ended up making more than that, maybe 180, something like that, 80 something. So just around that, just for doing that job. So all jobs are not the same. They're not, you know, I'm not out here trying to beat people's heads up and charge them a whole lot of money. But like I said, this will give you a guide on how to or what to charge if you don't know anything at all. So if you don't know anything and don't want to charge, buy the Blue Book, and then you can kind of get an idea of what you need to charge, because at the same time, everybody's operating expenses are different. So you just have to make sure your service charge, your parts, your labor, you're making enough money daily to cover certain things and to make money on top of that. So that's what you have to kind of work out as well. So yeah, get the book. Other than that, just I already did my shout outs. Nothing new this week. Like I said, it's just a little slow. I'm still looking to get my van wrapped soon. It's just, you know, other things come up. You have, even though it's slow, it's funny, it's slower, but I'm getting more jobs with expensive parts, and that just kills me sometimes. And it's like, that's the name of the game. Like certain parts, control boards, certain jobs need multiple parts, and it's like, that's why when you do COD, it's a lot better. I mean, I had one day this week, like I said, it was slow, but I had 3 COD jobs, and just out of those 3 COD jobs, I made like a total of, well, gross without taking out parts was $690. Just with the COD, I did warranty jobs too, was $690, and then I might have paid out of that $80 in parts, so let's say $610, just profit off of just 3 COD jobs. So when you have days like that, but that's not how much I made the whole day, because I did 2 other warranty jobs that I had to finish up. which I made good money on too. So that adds on to the whole day of what I made. So it was probably close to it. No, it was a little over 1,000 I made that one day, and that was what, maybe Tuesday this week. So, you know, I try not to talk money as much, but it's a great great job. It's a great career. It's whatever, you know. I pretty much is like, this is everything to me at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna span off, you know, branch off and do other things, but my base is always gonna be appliance repair. I love my job. I love doing it, and maybe I'll get to that point. Like my old boss used to tell me, man, I'm getting tired. I'm getting out of the game. But I mean, when he was telling me that, he was 60, and now he's still working still. And what is he, maybe 62 now, 61, 62? But anyway, he's still working, then, you know, it's hard to get out of it when you still love it, and he's still providing work for other guys. So, you know, I don't know how that's gonna work out over there, but for me, I got a long way to go in this appliance repair industry and building my I guess brand and my company up. And like I said, hiring. It's funny, I had a conversation with my little brother this morning, asking me, can he do a ride along? And he's 25, and he lives in Miami, but I said, all right, sure, you know, and I wouldn't mind hiring. I don't know if he's cut out for it, to be honest. I know he's technical minded, and he actually took a course in Job Corps back in the day with appliance repair in it, but he never was really interested in it. So I don't know if he's gonna be. I said, you can ride along with me to see if you like it, but you know, he just wants to. He doesn't want to do it just for money. He just wants to see if he likes it, and he really likes to do it. So, and that's the main thing. I always tell people, just don't jump into it, because you might not like it. You might not like going from house to house, dealing with different people, diagnosing different things, not knowing what you're getting into. You might not like that. Some people like, you know, constant same thing. Like appliance repair, so many variables to it. Every day is a different experience. It's a different journey. And you can't go out to these people's house with a sour face. You got to suck it up and put on your best face and do this. But yeah, that's it for this week. Any questions you got, just let me know. I will answer them. Instagram is probably the best. I keep telling that. I've been getting a lot of people on Instagram asking me questions and stuff, so I appreciate that. And you know, just keep on watching other people's videos. If you're into this, immerse yourself into this. Pay attention to everything and learn and read and just soak it all in. But that's about it, man. You guys take care. I'll catch you on the next one.